Alright, Levi the Painter here. Adepticon 2024 came and went, and as per usual with these big flashy reveal shows, it was a lot of, in the fan base at least, some people are very pleased, a lot of people are like, okay, that's what's coming, and then a very vocal group of whiners and just big old babies. And this is normal for these reviews. Just a lot of people in comments, on videos, on social media, they're read and just, nah! No! About things, and there's plenty of YouTubers too that really focus on being negative. It's having really negative, shitty discourse. Yeah, you know who you are on things, and that's kind of routine.
Don't want to sound like a dick or nothing, but it says on your chart that you're fucked up and your shit's all retarded.
Hi everyone, Jay, you owns a bell. Like what you do, keep doing what you do. You're just a precious little resource for the rest of us. Anyways, let's go into a quick talk about the Adepticon 2024 review. First thing, get out of the way. The joke of Sigmar lied. Be like, hey, what did you lie about? Lying, okay. Lying by omission, guys. Come on. What are you an idiot?
When I hear it, I get like a little mad because I don't understand it. And I get a little irritated because I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, have you never had something not told you that you probably should have known that will affect your decision making or a situation? Yeah, of course you have. Lying by omission is a thing. And also as a side thing, in case anyone really has never thought about, the whole concept of someone losing their memories and their personality, like with the Stormcast, with their rebirth, whatnot, is truly horrific. If you know someone with dementia or Alzheimer's, you spend any length of time with individuals like this, or especially with many of these individuals, you know how horribly tragic that is and how devastating that is for both the individual and the family to go through.
Morning, Holmes.
Ah, Mrs. Hudson. Have you seen Watson?
He's just here. Morning, Holmes.
Ah, Watson. I can see from the slight traces of mud on your right trouser leg and the fact that you're holding a bunch of geraniums that you're a retired cavalry officer who's just fallen in love with a Mexican.
Extraordinary, Holmes. Your powers remain undiminished.
Can I have my mashed apple?
Of course.
Delicious.
So, yeah, on that bright note, let's get into it. Okay, so first off, people complain about the length of this thing. Once again, you never go please everybody. Some people, they want a really short, snappy, just want to essentially see the model, what's it could be for, move on. Guys, that sucks. If you really want like a 30-minute video about everything that's coming out, that's lame. Don't watch it. Just wait for the next day and then see all the release info and the stack images and their write-ups on Warhammer community. That's not something to make a video for. Doing a video format like what they're doing here or whatnot is the ability to show kind of what's coming and then take a little bit of time to talk about it. Now, of course, everything's going to get a different amount of time, and a lot of stuff is pre-recorded because, marketing, they can't risk that, we're doing this live and like, fuck it, we'll do it live sort of thing, whatnot, and you're just going to go off the rails, let the rabbit out of the hat, all that sort of shit's going to happen. They can't risk that, so they like to have pre-record things and respond to that.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
I personally would much prefer if they just fucking did it live and have people like actually honestly talking about and responding to things. And even better yet, if you could get some of these people to have, see like, you can't look at this shit that we're developing, you can't look at. You can maybe have an idea that something's coming and they're paying like, you don't get a look at. No. Or if you do see it, like, you stay away, you don't get a good look at. And then have them actually see it and like ideally even see it in their hand. I know the painted ones for the photo ops, like we'd have to probably wear like our very special, like, our latex gloves and stuff that we don't get fingerprints on or anything. So we have to do more photo ops with those. But to actually then have them like really actually take a first look at it and get an honest response.
Thing sucks.
I think that would be much more enjoyable. But that would obviously be too hard to control the time, too hard to control what people say, because once again, these sort of big companies, they need to have a lot of control on things, and they just be too honest and realistic, and unfortunately, I think that's what would actually be enjoyable. But moving on from the complaints about the time of things, and like, yeah, the pre-record videos suck, whatever, let's actually take a look at what actually got released. So we have 2 new Chaos Lords, essentially like a Chaos Lord on foot, for lack of a better term, and a Chaos like Raptor, Jetpack Lord, whatever. And they're going to be coming out in box sets. Once again, a lot of people are complaining about like that they don't want the box set, they want just Lord. Yeah, the Lord will be released on its own later. So first of all, relax. Second of all, yeah, people can like, well, who's this box set for? If you're already collecting Chaos, who's this box set for? People that aren't already collecting Chaos or only have a small collection of Chaos. That's who it's for. And there's tons of those people, because there's people constantly entering and leaving the hobby, or re-entering the hobby, or branch out into different areas. Honestly, both these box sets look good. Like, personally, I like the models, and I like the way both of them have been set up.
Because I think this is pretty cool.
If the price was reasonable, and reasonable is very subjective, if the price is reasonable, I'd probably pick up both sets and then add that to the little bit I have from the Shadow Spear set, because that's really the only Chaos like Space Marines I have. And you know, all the guys in there, when I'm like, all right, this is the basis for my army, or an escalation type thing. In terms of the new Chaos Lord models, they're okay. The new Chaos Lord models are okay, but they're nothing special. I think that's kind of one of the concerns. It's just they're not wowing. You know, they look okay, but they would fit in with the other models, and they won't really stand out. Like, honestly, like the Chaos Lord, like, I have the Shadow Spear box set, and I built what I was going to kind of call my main dude, kind of like this. Okay, good pickup, whatnot. But it is essentially the same sort of build as the Chaos Lord. Like, what we got the Power Axe, we got Plasma Pistol. Hell, I even have the Power Pack on the back, the little with the skulls on it. He's got the horns. All I'm really lacking is a couple
spikes off the back with shit on it,
and like the fur cape, whatever. You know, it's even got the tactical rock. You know, it's even got a little tactical rock. Like, same difference. You know, Legionaries build your own Chaos Lord. So if you're not really wowed on this model, and you know you're not wowed on the box set, and you already have Chaos stuff, cool. If you want it to look kind of like the official one for kit bashing and whatnot, that won't be particularly hard to do at all. I mean, I accidentally built one years in advance. That's almost the exact same thing. You know, they should give me a job as a modeler and model designer. That's what they should do. But otherwise, like, I mean, the kits are fine. They are decent. There's nothing wrong with them. Just a little understated for the models. Now, in terms of the other releases we got coming down the pipe that they've shown here, we've got the new Warcry box set coming out, which is more the smaller style that they start since the Hunter and Hunted, where it's your 2 war bands and then like a key piece of terrain, but with not the big box of terrain. Both these sets are fine. I like them. You know, they fit right in with their the themes for the armies that they come from, with just enough variation to make them interesting, make them their own kind of dudes. If you do go from Warcry to AOS, like, which is obviously the intent with these sort of entry level games, but not really. These aren't anything that I'm personally collecting, so whatever. And like, not my jam at the moment, but they are nice. Like, I would have no problem picking these up. I'm just probably not gonna spend money on them. And then the train that comes with it, once again, like the train for Warcry that's been around for a while, all this like grr stuff I'm just not really been into, so yeah, whatever. Warhammer Underworlds, the redhead stepchild of Warhammer products.
We've all seen them on the playground, at the store, walking on the streets. They creep us out and make us feel sick to our stomachs. Oh, sick! Gross! Ah, nasty! Yuck! Cannot be cured. Ah, sick! Gross! Yak!
A lot of people love to shit on this product line. The game is good. The game's fine. It's one of the best ways for them to experiment with new, interesting models and small groupings of models. I really like what they tend to do. Once again, I definitely don't collect everything up. I collect pieces here and there. I like this kit. Like, it's a decent starter box. I'm not really into ghouls, but you know, these are decent ghouls. They're very ghouly without being too weird or too crazy. And then the crazy Sigmar cult guys, whatnot, they're fun. They're goofy. They'll probably get a lot of kit bash use in AOS, 40k, whatnot. They're too weird not to make use of them. So yeah, it's fine. It's a decent little box. The spear, though, ever chosen the big new AOS baddie model. Once again, it's nice. I prefer Archaon as a big bad model and whatnot. This is decent. This will be a nice kind of big last hurrah for the current edition before they come on to 4th edition. Nothing wrong with it. Pretty sweet. Like I say, just I'd grab Archaon for my money right now. But if you already have Archaon and you've already been collecting this sort of stuff, this is nice. This is pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Horus Heresy. Mechanicus is coming. It's not AdMech, it's Mechanicus. Also, once again, cool, fine, great, awesome. Like, say, people keep complaining about not enough stuff, and there's not enough stuff in the stores, and not enough stuff available. Hunt around to different stores, guys. If you're having trouble building out in your current armies and stuff, keep hunting around. But this will be nice. Like, say, this will help flesh out that game system more. And honestly, for people that are in 40k whatnot, it'd be nice to have access to a bunch more Mechanicus type models. Even if they don't have their own rules, like say once again, do the whole kit bash converting, do your own interesting thing. You should be pretty happy with that.
It's fucked up. Fucked up stuff right there.
And whenever that actually comes out, maybe late this year, whatever. Once again, we have more of these announcement events to come, so it's like that's what teasers are for. Our next, in however many months, big event like this will have some more, teaser release stuff coming up for that. Dwarven Mountain holds for the old world, good. Yeah, nothing to say for that. That's great. They're re-releasing one of the lines with a bit more stuff. Okay, good job. Kill Team set. This is another one that's contentious for a lot of people. First of all, the Votann Jaegers, I like them, and I think they're nicely designed models. I think the concept for them is good. I think Votann did need more models anyways, because it's still a newer army, so they need to be pushing out more stuff.
So when people are
complaining like, oh, why are they getting another set, and such doesn't have their own bespoke set.
First of all, you guys are all using the word bespoke wrong. It's very annoying. Look it up. Use a dictionary. You realize you sound kind of like an idiot.
Just stop. Okay, just stop.
And anyone wants to argue with me, you can do your arguments down the doobly-doo, but you sound like idiots. And
you talk like a fag, and your shit's all retarded.
Everyone's saying, just stop. Stop saying bespoke, okay? You're not at British Taylor, okay? Stop it. But they're nice. Like, say, they've got a good variety of kit and gear, which would make sense for a group that are essentially like, the Ranger, Guerrilla, Independent, Operative type groups. Sort of thing. Whatnot. They're very nice. A lot of people, I'll actually throw this out here. I see people hate the coats. It's either you love or you hate them. Really is what it comes down to. For the people that hate the coats and hate the coats over top of the armor thing, it's like, why do they have coats over top of the armor? Why would you have coats over top of your armor? If you spend any length of time outdoors, bushcraft, extensive hiking, wheel camping, even, not necessarily car camping, but just really out and about for a while, you'll know that it's one, you need to have equipment with you, but there's a fine balance between what's too much stuff and what's necessities, and kind of balancing that out. But you also find that it's really nice to have a coat with pockets, because you need access to shit all the time, and that's kind of what this sort of thing represents. You need access stuff. And besides, if you're out and about and you don't have a chance to resupply, you might be carrying around a coat heavier than you'd want to, because it's going to get cold at some point in time. And you might be carrying around a coat lighter than you want to, because, well, shit, that's all you got. Anyways, and then for the Brood Brothers, once again, that's people are all over the place about whether they like it or not. People are like, it's just an upgrade sprue. What's wrong with that? Okay, so you're gonna have essentially Cadians with an upgrade sprue to make them essentially what the Genestealer cults are, which is like, essentially secret mutants. That's awesome. They look nice. It gives you flexibility. Like, say they have the other side of the kit with like the Patriarch and all the other little weirdos, and people complain like, oh, people always have these. If you're already collecting Genestealer cults, if you're not already collecting Genestealer cults, this is kind of your gateway. That's part of what these games are. They're partially gateway, partially limited funds, partially you just want a quick game, partially you just want to do like your own local individual things. Like there's lots of partials. That's a good gateway set. And once again, with the base with the upgrade screw, there's a little bit something for a lot of people. If you're the Genestealer cults, well then you like what they probably have going on there anyways. If you're not really the Genestealer cults, but you're Imperial Guard, well, there's some stuff like off that sprue that you'd probably be okay to steal. And then
me, him, and you split 50-50-50. It's only
fine. And kind of like, green stuff or kit bash, some of the other stuff like, get rid of some claws, file them down, what have you. But you'll be able to make some variety in your Imperial Guard troops. It's nice. I probably, once again, I won't pick up this combo box. I rarely do. But I like it. I think what they've done is a good idea, especially adding in a new upgrade sprue is a good way to add flexibility with what is always being talked about as being like a strained production setup in line for the company. It's very efficient of what they already have for their designs and models and masters, whatnot. And I would hope that we see kind of more of this stuff, and we do see lots of upgrade sprues all over the place. It's a decent thing to lean into. The Necromunda teaser. Okay, that can go a lot of ways. Some of the people have been throwing on the word like Secundus, like a leak about Secundus, like maybe there's gonna be a second edition of Necromunda and they could call it Secundus. Also in the lore, there's Hive Secundus, which is essentially overrun Genestealer cults. They basically level the Hive, and they have like a PDF and Imperial Guard like line barrier that's supposed to like keep that enclosed. But we also know in the lore, like the Cal Jericho Singer's Bounty is like those Genestealers have been sneaking out already, anyways. So with their lore, of like the little secret like people are going missing in the Ash Waste. Well, you get the impression that obviously this isn't going to be like regular Hive stuff. It's going to be Ash Waste based, or maybe it could be something with the Secundus. Take a look at the outlines here, whatnot. These look like tend to be specialist types. So like we got people with what looks to be kind of like sniper rifles. Someone definitely has a comms unit on them. The other's a little bit harder. One guy's clearly some sort of a leader type, whatnot. So to me, it's implying either you might have like spirers, like nobles out on like mischief. You might have like a PDF / like IG, like some of these like defensive line guys. Well, this might be some sort of squad of them. It could be Genestealers that snuck out and have gear and stuff, whatnot, maybe whatnot. It could be a lot of things. What I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, is we're due actually for a new Warhammer Quest style box soon. We did Blackstone Fortress, which like I say has a lot of nice stuff. Cursed City had a lot of nice stuff. I would like to see hopefully a new box, like say along those box game lines coming out soon. And a Necromunda themed one would be pretty sweet. And I could definitely see this being like the heroes from the kit. I think it could also be Batman, it could also shit, whatever. Well, it's just the teaser. We'll find out in a few weeks, a few months at most. Yeah, 4th edition otherwise coming out.
No!
People are, the usual edition wars thing happen. If you don't want to switch, don't switch. If you do want to switch, switch. And switch when you want to switch. With all these sort of, whenever there's changes, whether in game systems or like, workplace systems in the world in general, like technology type things, you have early adopters. You have kind of like late slow adopters, like the people that wait a little while to see how it pans out, and then you have people that never adopt and never jump over. new edition, you're gonna have people that are never gonna jump over. If you have people to play with and that want to stick with the current edition or will play that current edition with you here and there, great, then you're set. You have no reason to change if you don't want to. If you just want to like leave playing and leave the hobby in general because the edition changed, well, that's your prerogative and that happens too, and whatever. I'm not going to bother trying to change your mind.
You see, this is just what I've been talking about. I can't even relate to you guys anymore because you're too immature. What? I've got to start hanging out with friends that are a little more intelligent and understand politics and stuff. It's just that I'm up on this level up here, and all my friends are down here. You don't know what you're talking about, fat ass. No. Me, nah. You guys, nah. Maybe a little more down in here. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
If you want to jump on it right away early, awesome. Like say you're going to have new Stormcast malls, new Skaven, interesting stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure you'll have a blast. And otherwise, if you just want to, like, you know, keep playing your current edition and give it a couple months to see how things shake out initially, then do that too. It's fine. People always want to argue about the editions of things. Like, it's like same thing over like with D&D. Just edition wars, you know. People don't want to switch over, people do. There's no reason to if you don't want to. If you got the stuff to play and you got people that want to play that way, great, then you play with them. I say, when we do the Dungeons & Dragons thing, you know what the best version of Dungeons & Dragons was? What the best version of Dungeons & Dragons was when you were a little kid and you grabbed sticks and slingshots and shit like that, and you and your buds went out into the bush or into the forest and just went roaming around and adventuring. That's the best version of Dungeons & Dragons. Yeah. And like Kill Team and stuff like that. Best version of Kill Team is, once again, when you're a kid and everyone had their paintball guns and you went woods balling on someone's property. That's the best version of those sort of games. Anyways, I guess what I'm trying to say with that sort of stuff is, these are just like, you know, these are games, you know, it's toys, grown-up toys, you know, however you want to approach it. It's a good time. It's a great time. It's something you've probably always been engaged in, enjoying. Don't get bent out of shape about it. Like I say, if you do, start getting worked up, you know, go out for a walk, get some fresh air, touch grass, as people like to say, but do it, and come back. And if you disagree with me on these sort of things, I'm sure there's things I want to talk about that I haven't, but I can't be bothered to double check and go back and re-talk about things. You know, say your points, say your piece, whatnot. If you disagree with me on shit, yeah, feel free to disagree. Tell me what your hot take on stuff is, and you know, we'll just have like maybe a quick little chat in the discussion, or you know, we'll do a follow-up video.
I'm just a better debater than you guys. You don't even know what you're debating about half the time. Yes, I do. No, you don't. Oh yeah? Well, screw you guys. I'm going home.
But for now, some other things I want to talk about, and I'll grab some malls, grab some paint, get some shit done. Take care.
You find yourself you might remember something that you forgot to tell me, you can give me a call.
Well, I'm having a flashback right now, actually, about something I wanted to tell you. I wrote it down, I think. Yeah, there it is. Copy right there for you.